had quite a year this past year from playing some high-profile shows with AC/DC and Saxon, doing the Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien, and even a cameo appearance in the Green Hornet. How's it feel to get some much deserved attention this far in your career?
It's a celebration, man. We worked hard for it, and now we're just enjoying it. That's how it feels. Look at us. We're a bunch of happy
having
guys.
a good time!
We're a bunch of happy guys, man. You know.
So it's been a little over a decade since you last had a big headlining tour, and this one's a little special because not only are you going out in support of your documentary, but you also have a new album out. This is 13.
That's pretty much true. The last tour that we did of the United States was pretty bad, from my recollection. We called it the Digger Tour, and there was no record company, there was no promotion, and
There's no nothing.
you know, we're playing in front of as many people as we did in 5 weeks in 2 nights.
Wow.
A big difference.
So let's talk about the new album, This is 13. You guys once again worked with Chris Sangarini's previous credits, including Halloween, Judas Priest, Blue Bang, the list goes on. What did he bring to the table in terms of production for the new album?
What does any producer bring to the table? An objective view, which is incredibly important.
Uh-huh.
I go out and I sing, do it again. Impress me. That's what he brings to the table.
Yeah.
Somebody who's going to sit there that you have to impress. You know, so you give it all, because that's the man. And when he says it's good, it's good.
So what songs off the new album, This is 13, have you guys been performing live?
Thumb Hang, This is 13, Blank Blank.
How's the reception been so far?
Amazing.
Amazing.
Thumb Hang is a smash hit. And then some.
So This is 13 was originally self-released back in 2007, before obviously being picked up by VH1 Classic Records and re-released this past September. And since that time, you guys have started work on a new album, Juggernaut of Justice. How far along in that process?
All the songs are written, we just have to, we've got to find the time to record. We're going to be on the road till September.
Wow.
We're booked really solid, like everywhere, worldwide. This is not just happening in America, it's a global phenomenon that we're part of here. Everywhere from Australia to South America, Asia, Europe, the Netherlands, the Scandinavia, it's global.
Yeah.
Really, really serious. And as we all know, metal is a global thing, and this is like, we went bowling for dollars, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we got a full-on strike.
And so your longtime guitarist, Ivan Hurt, who's been with you guys for about 12 years, left the band recently. What was the reasons for his departure?
Well, recently as in 5 years ago, so it's not that recent to us.
Okay. So
He left after Japan.
He left after Japan.
Yeah.
He had some solos on the new album.
He was really just a live cosmetic application.
And like a live guy. He
This is
he never learned the songs. He only learned the songs that we were playing live.
The 3 of us have really
We,
doing all the writing and
we've written
recording
all the material.
and even just hanging out and jamming like 3-4 days a week in our rehearsals. He was never around for those. Just he's just not one of the
It actually became
weird when he
weird
talks
going out on stage. Why is this guy here? And then it just got to the point of going, you know what? I keep having to call this guy to get him to come out. I just stopped calling.
He didn't care.
And he didn't even care. 6 months later, my cell phone rings. I'm gonna come pick up my gear. Cool.
Yeah. And then everything really took off.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. That's basically what happened. He's back.
So with all this recent attention, has there been kind of a renewed interest in your back catalog? Any plans?
Absolutely. There's a complete renewed interest in everything ever right now, like big time. Like
people are selling autographed pictures on eBay.
That's badass. Do you think?
our back catalog CDs are being sold for like $100 a CD. Like it's the hard to get stuff. Collectors are buying the shit, I guess.
Do you think it'll be reissued domestically?
So yeah, we're in the works of doing all that.
but the first 3 albums, no. Because that's why we didn't get big to begin with. It's because of that fact. Still, those records are owned and operated by Canadians who will not license to the United States. So the only way that you're going to get those records is by import or by actually ordering them directly from the labels.
The expensive way.
That's right.
So speaking of those first 3 albums, could you take me back to the early 80s and like tell me what was it like to be a Canadian heavy metal band during such a revolutionary period in heavy metal history?
We were accepted extraordinarily well in England. And we went and toured there, and thank goodness we did, because that's where we met the screenwriter when he was 15 years old.
Wow.
See, this isn't some corporate guy came in and I'm going to make a movie about this band. It's a guy that we met
It's a fan.
and brought into the fold of our family in the band. Not only was he a fan, he became a roadie and a dear friend. Went off to finish school, lost touch with us. 20 years later, I get a phone call. Come and visit me in LA. I go and visit the kid that I used to know who's now grown up and become a screenwriter for Steven Spielberg. 3 weeks after he sees me, and gets together, he tells me he's going to make a movie. And right at that moment, I saw my destiny. I saw 30 years being instantly validated, and I knew it was going to be the greatest rock documentary ever made.
Like, in the early 80s where you have no internet and, how did you even hook up all those tour dates and coordinate everything?
We had an agent. We had an agent back in those days.
Yeah, Neil Warner.
We had an agent that was a big time agent. That's how we got.
There wasn't thousands of bands making records.
And you were still on Attic Records?
Yeah, we were an addict. Yeah, and we were what like Lips to Sing. We were one of those bands ahead of the curve with our sound and our style, and it just caught on.
Did you guys kind of feel like you'd made it when you guys landed the deal with Metal Blade Records?
Are you kidding me?
Do you feel
That
like-
was the epitome of fucking the worst.
Really?
Yeah, and I knew it at the time. It's what came through the door. And I was really hesitant, and it was months before I gave in and actually went through with signing with that. And quite frankly, probably shouldn't have. Never been paid for it.
Yeah, it was a criminal. It was a
Criminal, the guy's a criminal son of a bitch.
Brian Singer?
And I go on record saying it, and I will forever. He denies it. He says he doesn't owe us money. He's a liar. That's how he does business. That's how the music business works. That's why Attic Records wouldn't license our early records to any American labels. Because what happens is, here, I'll give you virtually nothing for the recording and I'll pay you later. They never pay you nothing later. And they pay you nothing up front. So that's why. It's all the same game, man. It's a game that keeps getting played over and over and over and over again. And I don't lie, I say it like it is. I'm a dangerous motherfucker when it comes to this shit. You fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck with you back.
I saw that in the movie with the promoter in Europe.
That's right. So, prove me wrong. Where's my accounting, Mr. Slagle? That's what I gotta say. Where's my accounting?
Still trying to dream up the accounting.
He's saying Lips shouldn't be saying that out there. Well, where's my accounting? Where's the accounting for 20 years, man? Where do you come off re-putting out a record you haven't even got the rights to in Europe?
Which one's that?
The live album. That contract was finished years ago. He put the damn thing out last year. Without permission, without anything. I had to actually call my lawyers to go after it, to go find out what the hell's going on. But hey, you shouldn't be saying anything about me, Lips. You fuck with me, I'll fuck with you. That's the way I am, man. I'm out. It's not anger, it's not vengeance. It's what's right is right. What justice is justice.